Okay. Part 3, Halo 2. Um, as you can see, I have the standard edition. At the time when this was the only game I've ever been at for a game itself for a midnight launch, and I did not pre-order. I hate pre-ordering. Why am I going to put money in somebody else's hands before a game comes out? I was just one of those gamers that said, "F that, I'm just going to walk in and get it." They made us. We went to not GameStop. What was the other one? The one associated with Blockbuster that are now defunct, or Hollywood Video. Hollywood Video? Yeah, it was Hollywood Videos. Whatever their game place was, they're gone. And the reason being because they're jerks. They made us wait to the very end, and they would not sell us the collector's edition. I had no interest in the collector's edition. He says, "I'm not selling you the collector's edition because you didn't pre-order. F you, F you. Just give me the standard edition. F you." Came home, played 3 levels, and went to bed. Halo 2 to me, it just. I know this may have a cult following. This one sucks. But online, I didn't enjoy as much as I played Rainbow Six, so I ignored it until the week before the servers were turned off. I went back, played this. Online was awesome. The best Halo game was Halo 2 Online. Hate me, comment me, let me know how much of an idiot you think I may be, but this really is the best online experience. When they turned on off the servers, I know guys were on here for a month later, and bravo, because this is a brilliant game. I know they're remaking the original Halo. If you guys are listening, just put Halo 2 multiplayer. Forget the single player. I know you guys pretend it didn't exist. Just put the multiplayer in with Halo 1, and I will love you forever. So yeah, I picked up the multiplayer pack only because I just, if they ever turn on the servers or whatever reason, I just wanted to back up. I already have them, but I just wanted to back up. Next is Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. I'm a huge Harry Potter book fan. Movies are okay, but this would seem kind of interesting game. I've never played it. I originally bought it on the GameCube. Didn't know it came out on the Xbox, so I just quickly walked in and exchanged it for the Xbox version. But never played it. No interest really in playing it anytime soon. It's just Harry Potter and it looked kind of cool. Next is Heroes of the Pacific. Again, flight arcade style games interest me. Again, this had multiplayer. I never played on multiplayer. The mechanics on this, I can't get past the training stage. I don't know why. It's just really hard for me, and I just can't do it. But I'm a huge fan of these kind of. In fact, I have Heroes of Europe. Is it Heroes of Europe? Yeah, Heroes over Europe, which is the last before this company went defunct. Whoever made this game, I don't know who. Ubisoft. I know Ubisoft just distributed it, but there's somebody else who made this game. And Heroes of the Europe, they shut down after it. But yeah, it's in my collection. Next is Hitman, Contracts, and Hitman 2. I can't really talk about this game because I've never played Hitman ever. Um, it's kind of like along the lines of Splinter Cell, which I'll get into later, which won't be in my collection as a hint. But Hitman seems more interesting to me. I just never played it. The farthest I've ever played was Hitman, the demo for the 360, and that seemed kind of interesting to me. So I went back and picked up Hitman 1 and 2. Yeah. Next is Hulk, the Incredible Hulk, Ultimate Destruction. If you like Crackdown, pick this up. Crackdown has nothing on this game. The graphics are dated, unfortunately, but it is just an awesome game. Just Crackdown Hulk. Crackdown Hulk. That's it. That's all I have to say. Great game. Next is Hunter the Reckoning and Hunter the Reckoning Redeemer. Now, one of those games that seemed it seemed RPG-ish kind of, but it's a hack and slash, which really interested me, and it's and this had content download, so that's the only reason I picked up the second one before I played the first one because it was free content, and I got it before the servers were shut off. I have never played it, but yeah, it's in my collection. iNinja is one of those platformers that was overlooked, and thank goodness for Racket Boy. There was a guy on there. I don't know who it is, but he would every time he would talk about Xbox, iNinja, and it is great. It is a fun platforming game. They don't make these like they used to. Um, I highly recommend this game. I've never beat it, but it's a lot of fun. Next is The Incredibles: The Rise of the Underminer. I'm a huge Pixar fan, huge, and I just decided to get all the Pixar games that were released on the Xbox and the 360, and this was one of them. I played pretty far in this game, but I just stopped. But it's actually a fun game. This took me forever to find a complete version. In fact, the one that I did find on eBay for a kind of a reasonable price had tons of water damage. And then I walked into GameStop and there it was. So I'm kind of friends with them, and they just switch out the cover for me before they throw them away. Um, Speaking of covers, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. I have really no interest in Indiana Jones games itself. But what's really kind of interesting, I heard pretty good reviews on this game. Um, and this was when I first bought the Xbox. This was one of those games that was on the box that kind of looked interesting. And I looked forever for this game, and I finally found it on eBay for a reasonable price, complete. And when it arrived, if you can see, it was split in half. When it arrived, this was down here in a foil. So he says it happened during shipping. Liar, liar, pants on fire. I got my money back, and I still to this day haven't found a complete version anywhere. So it's one of those games that, it's complete, but I hate to see it ripped right there. I replaced the box. I'm hoping for coverproject.net to come up with a replacement cover. I'm not going to rebuy this game. It's just too expensive. Never played it. Just kind of a background on it. Indigo Prophecy is kind of like Dreamfall, one of those games that people say is really fun, interesting story. If you like Heavy Rain or Alan Wake, Dreamfall, kind of like along the lines of these games. Never played it. This game was just brand new when I bought it. I think I paid like $4 including shipping, and it was sealed. So soft, so soft. I've never played it. One of these days I will when I feel like in the mood. Jade Empire, this is the limited edition, which comes with the extra content and a behind-the-scenes making. So if you didn't have a chance to get the content download before the servers were shut off, um, uh, this, yeah, you have to get the limited edition. I have it. I'm not a huge BioWare fan. I'm not an RPG fan. But Fable was kind of interesting to me, and this was kind of along the same lines, so I picked it up on the cheap. Just because, who knows, my my genre might change, my taste might change. Next is, read it, Kakoto Kojo Back Alley Brutal. Um, this was kind of like one of those Taifu, if people remember Taifu from the maker of Mortal Kombat. There was Ed Boon and the other guy, which name is skipping me because he made Taifu and that game sucked and I never bought it. This was kind of reminding me of the game, but the only reason I have this was banned. In here, there is a monk who says something in some language that's offensive. So Microsoft pulled the game and was going to re-release it, and they never did. It just sold like crap. It got bad reviews, and they never did. So I picked it up because this is really one of the few games that by Microsoft that was ever banned. So it's in my collection. Next is Kill Switch. This game is awesome. Get the Xbox version. There is one for the PS2. If you what you see of Gears with the whole get behind cover stuff, this started with Kill Switch. I've never seen another game. Correct me if I'm wrong. Nobody knows about this game. This game I beat, and I can beat it and play it over and over again. This is an awesome game. The story is kind of stupid in itself, but take cover, take game, take over. Really, the blind cover shooting that you see in Gears and Ghost Recon all started with this Kill Switch. So I highly recommend this game. Get it. If you don't have the money to get it, sell something, get it. Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Great beat 'em up. I'm so sad they never came out with a Fellowship of the Ring. They first started making this game when the second one came out. Guys, you could have done something. I've never beaten it, but I like the beat 'em up, level up kind of style. I've just never gone above that. I've never even played this one. I just played like 3 or 4 levels into this one. Manhunt, the first kind of Rockstar game I've ever owned, besides State of Emergency. Um, and it kind of reminded me of like State of Emergency, but like an M rating, but better. State of Emergency was supposed to be like the ultimate game, and then they came out with Manhunt, and it kind of fell off the face of the earth. Nobody really talked about it in my circles. So I picked this up. I watched my brother-in-law play this, and it looks awesome. I just never personally played it, and I know he's beaten it. So, um, yeah. Next, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, the crown jewel in my collection. Don't ask me why. I'm not a big fan of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I own the Dreamcast version. I own the Xbox Live arcade version. And I own this version. I got this one first. I played the arcade, hated it. But interesting story is somebody put this Marvel versus Capcom 2. And this game, at the highlight of its day, was $80, $90. I picked this up, no joke, on eBay for $27, including shipping, because he put Marvel versus Capcom. And I put in there Xbox, for the Xbox games, Capcom, just looking. And I saw this listing, and I got it for $27. So, yeah, highlight in my collection. Would have never owned it. Would have never paid the 90, 80, 60. I don't know what they go for nowadays, but for $27, yeah, it's there. Max Payne and Max Payne 2. No, I am more of a dead to rights. I know my cousin's going to watch this and say, damn you to hell. But Max Payne just has no interest to me. I'm a huge fan of the slow, third person, and the film noir feel, being a film nut myself, but that game just has no interest to me. I tried the first one again, and I just gave up. The graphics are just too dated for me to just really put up with it. There are times where you just walk around a level just looking to see where you go next. It's just, maybe I'll just play Max Payne 2 and just because this one was better reviewed. But I'm one of those diehard gamers. I've got to play the first one before I play the other ones, even if it takes me 5 to 6 years to beat one game, and I rarely beat a game. But if it takes me that long, it'll just sit there. Next pile, if I can scoot over here, is MechAssault, and I do have MechAssault 2. This is the limited edition Lone Wolf, which just has the bonus DVD. Nothing really special. But I did get all the content before they turned off the servers. Again, MechAssault, you bought this game and free content. Free content. Download free. This one they charged. So, yeah, I torrent that one. Um, I was more of a, I'm not really a mech fan itself, but Steel Battalion, really, I got this right. I got this game, actually, I should say, right around when Xbox Live was first. I played online, didn't like it too much, put it away. Then I got Steel Battalion, and then I said, well, I might as well get the second one. I've never played the second one, never beat the first one, but, I'm a Steel Battalion kind of fan, and I just picked it up because it's mech. Next is Mercenaries. This really kind of was interesting to me. The graphics don't hold up too well, and I kind of get lost in some of the levels, but it's like Mercenaries meets Grand Theft Auto. You can kind of choose where you go and so forth. I was really excited about the second one that came out for the 360 until I saw the reviews. It was crap. Never picked up the second one, but I really kind of like this one. This is one of those games I really want to pick up and finish one of these days. Metal Arms, one of those cross-platform games. I know this has kind of got one of those, Metal Arms. You don't see it in too many people's collections, but it's kind of talked about a little bit by collectors nowadays. It is a fun game. I highly recommend this game. I remember picking up the demo, and unfortunately I don't have the demos anymore. I gave them to my brother. He thinking, for Christmas, or his birthday, excuse me, I got him an original Xbox with Xbox Live about 2 years before they turned off the servers. Bunch of demos, bunch of great games, thinking he would love the original Xbox as much as I did. No, he didn't. But he has the demo for this, and I played the demo, loved it, and bought this off my cousin for like 25 bucks. A lot back then, but it was I wasn't a huge collector and trying to find the best deal, but that seemed like a really good price, and I'm glad I did. Well worth it. Next is Midnight Club 2. I got this with my in a bundle of 18 games with my Mountain Dew, and this was a Rockstar game, and it's around LA. So I think so. Yeah. There's another. I have another racing game. I think this is the one where he goes around LA, and I thought that was, oh, it's Rockstar. It goes around LA. I never played it, and I really, only because it was included. I didn't buy the bundle for these games. They were just kind of like a bonus, and I said, well, instead of giving them away to somebody else, I'll keep it in my, maybe one of these days I'll drive around and see if it's like LA. Midway Arcade Treasures and Midway Arcade Treasures 2. I picked this up only for Mortal Kombat. This is before I owned the arcade. Mortal Kombat 2 is my favorite arcade game ever. I owned every Mortal Kombat game, so I picked this up for $20 when it first came out, and I thought it was a steal. Awesome, awesome. Unfortunately, who did this? Yeah, okay, no, this is not the game. I'm thinking of another one. But the emulation was not as good, not as tight as I thought it would be. And as far as Midway Arcade Treasures, this was cheap, and it was like $5, and it's got some of the, like Paperboy Gauntlet. They came out with a third one. I went through the list of games. Besides hard driving, no interest in that. Next, moving on, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. I bought this day one, and I was really impressed with it. This was one of those great Mortal Kombat games, great storyline, great brutalities. As you can see, it's a little wavy, and I'll get into more details about how sad I am about my Mortal Kombat collection. Um, but this was really great. I think this is the only one that came out with one fatality, which was a kind of a bummer. But they were pretty gruesome back then. Along with Mortal Kombat Deception. This is the collector's edition, Melina. Of course, it's Xbox and Melina. Hello, Melina, my daughter, Melina. Love it. But it's this was really cool because it also came with chess, a conquest mode, and a puzzle combat, which was pretty cool. Playing online was really kind of fun. This is the first Mortal Kombat online version. I didn't play too much of it, and as you can hear, it's as you can see, ripping open, save the details. But this was a lot of fun. I love the Mortal Kombat series so much. Here's Mortal Kombat Armageddon. Another great series. This one was really cool because really unique because this one you could play online the servers and you would play PS2 people, which I thought was really cool. One of the only few games that I know was cross-platformed on another system, and as you can see, a little more damaged. Let me quickly move on to Mortal Kombat Armageddon, or to me, Shaolin Monks. For some reason, I won't name names, but somebody had a cup, and the cup spilled on my game case, and that is a huge no-no in my house. Unfortunately, this person I cannot yell at because they're older, and I respect the elderly, but unfortunately, they are kind of ruined, and to rebuy these games kind of hurts, but but they're still complete. I love them. Mortal Kombat, yeah, Melina, great, great. So I'm going to go ahead in this sad part, take a break, and continue on with part 4. I may have to make this a 6-part series, guys. Stay tuned.